This week we're going to take a break from reading in the story, but not actually a break from the story itself. Let me explain. If you're a little bit behind in your reading of the story, this is a great chance for you to get caught up. If not, then you can just take a break this week, at least from reading the next chapter. But we're not taking a break in the story. Instead, we want to have a week of reflection. How do we respond to the story? How do we respond to all the things that God has done for us? And as we have seen the past 7 weeks, how God has acted so mightily with His people, and we've recognized that He's done the same thing in our lives, then how is it that God calls upon us to respond to Him? Well, there's many ways in which He asks us to respond, but both in the Old Testament and the New Testament, He does say that one way in which we respond to Him is to give back to Him a part of the wealth that He's given to us. And what I believe that we're going to discover this week is that for us to take a part of our income and to freely give that back to God and to give it with joy to Him, well, that means we have to have an incredible amount of trust in Him, and I think it takes a lot of courage, especially if you're not in the habit of giving back to Him. So it's almost a culmination of the past 2 chapters in the story, the past 2 weeks, where we learned in chapter 6 that trust takes time, as God was taking the time to build up that trusting relationship, and that courage needs to be cultivated, something which is happening continuously. And so for us, if we're going to respond back to God in this dramatic way of offering back a portion of our income, well, then we need a trusting relationship, and that takes time. It takes courage, and that courage needs to be continuously cultivated. But in the end, I believe that we'll see great blessings as we not only hear the story, but we respond to the story.